I can't sleep at night, and I love that rainy weather. It fills up my hollow bones just right, but I love that rainy weather. I wish I could cry the way I see God cry. Christ, the last time I saw you cry was Tuesday last week, and I wasn't sure why, but the skies just kind of opened up, and I sat there beneath it in this puddle of mud next to the memory of my favorite swing set as a kid, and wondered if it was my fault that you were sad that day, and I wonder what I did. Well, Jesus, the last time I saw you cry was in a dream that I had late last night, and I held you tight against my bosom, and you wept until I was drenched, and I said, I'm sorry, God, I'll never do that again. But the other day, I met this girl, and she talked about love like she actually believed it was real. This child and I, we shared brief conversation about a few things we thought we could feel. Well, I do not mean to shatter your naivety, darling, but you have so much yet to see. A little girl, and she shook her head and smiled like I was the one that was the child. She said, Mister, open up your eyes, and I'm going to show you the world. I said, people talk a whole lot about having a vice, so I've got 3. That's insecurity, depression, and this growing anxiety. She said, wait, I don't mean to cut you off at the seams or one up you or anything, but I drank so much soda pop as a child, and I'm addicted to caffeine. No, mister, you know that's not what I mean. At least you maintained your honesty. Little girl, you don't even know what I mean, but the blind were born blind, so that one day they can see. And unless you become as a child, unless you become like me, you're making excuses for yourself, Levi. You're holding on to reasons to stay angry. So what did I used to write about in 6th grade when I sat against that fence and watched the world slip away? My imaginary girl sat beneath that weeping willow tree and watched God's teardrops drip from the branches reaching out to me till we were anything but lonely. I love that rainy weather. It reminds me of being younger, back when I didn't worry. But I worry more than ever now! And I can't stop pacing these hallways! My biggest secret is that I don't have any secrets left, and I just wanted one. I just wanted one to hold on to so that I could still seem sexy and mysterious to you. I want to be excited about concerts again. I want to beg and scrape for those nickels and dimes and tell my parents that I'm going to be fine. And no, I'm not going to jump in the pit when everyone knows I'm going to jump in the pit. And no, Mom, there is nothing violent about the chariot. Yay. Next to the memory of my favorite swing set as a kid is a ghost of me, looking up at me, wondering what he did. And as he lets the sand filter through his hands, it clumps in the puddle of tears he's sitting in, and we whisper in unison, God, I must have bummed you out again. I love this rainy weather. It reminds me of so many beautiful memories. And just like you said to me, the times that I cry are the times that I feel the most. So if I find another secret to hide, you won't ever know. I want to feel like I can't maintain control, and if I let it all out, I'm going to have to bare my soul. All I want is a hand to hold on to. I guess God knows that that's a lie. So all I want is for you to heal my dad's back. Why is that so hard for you to do? I hate this rainy weather. It reminds me of being a kid when I would trust without questioning. Aren't there so many questions? Why are there so many questions? Get out of my head! When she finds those magazines underneath her husband's side of the bed. She stand naked in front of the mirror for hours like, well, what did you expect? Obeying dumb blondes, sexy singles, and busty brunettes. I must not be as beautiful as that advertising says. Excuse me, miss, I saw your poster recently. I read your ad in one of Playboy's latest magazines. Actually, I fed pretty much every need that I believe photography could feed me. But if you can believe me, I hate it. You're worth more than my brief moment of orgasm when I allow my mind to deceive me. Look, I like to be an open book. It's hard for me to admit how I took advantage of the desires God gave me. But I am not going to sugarcoat this. I feel hopeless, trapped in brokenness like I lost before I ever started racing. And I know as well as anybody, this is a difficult topic to be facing. This is a difficult confession for me to be making. But I'm stating that when God started the molding, shaping, and creating, you, and 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 you, were not designed to be the objects that men look at while masturbating. Baby, never forget that you were made for relating. I'm sick of failing at learning exactly what it is I'm saying, and I apologize. It was never my intent to ruin lives, compromise, or feed these eyes something other than what was designed. But sometimes, though, I feed that indecency, just kind of slide that magazine across the counter and do it quietly. I'm going to shine my face away so the cashier can't see that it's me. Like, is that going to be all for you today, sir? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, look, I'd like to pay to become the opposite of what I want to be. I should have waited dedicated to see the experience God had planned for me in the beginning. I am not patient enough to not give in to every sin forbidden to the hearts of men. I'm not patient enough to not give in. But there I go again, you know? I just apologized five minutes ago, and that was after repenting for last night and this morning. God, come on! What's going on? I'm sick of this. Somebody put your clothes on. You're better than this. God's most beautiful creation. And I'm sitting there euphoric, like I have the right to destroy it just because I don't have enough dedication to build a relationship with the one that can free me. So I resort to suffocation of my very foundations while claiming that I'm striving to meet the expectations of purity. Jesus, keep reassuring me. I'm yearning to be that entity that you desire me to be. And Jesus, keep reassuring her. The one in the centerfold. The picture I'll remember until I grow old. She is human. You are human. You are bought and sold to 1 million empty souls feeling so hopeless, and they'll do anything to fill that hole. I apologize. Please believe it's true. I never meant to hurt you. But when she sings, she wears her heart on her sleeve. And she sings, she wears her heart on her sleeve. I wear all my sentimental baggage wrapped up so tightly to a bracelet on my wrist. And if you shake my hand too hard, my heart skips a beat. Despite the fact that the good Lord still swears that he cares for me. Well, I can't get to sleep. So when I was six years old, I saw my first Goosebumps episode on Nickelodeon, and that stupid TV show made me so scared of werewolves, I was afraid to walk into the dark for months on end. I guess not a whole lot has changed since then, except for now these monsters are personified within, and I go to sleep with them, and I cuddle with them, and I dream about them, and I pretend that I'm 7 years old once that fear has finally gone away, until I saw my father's ghost inside those childhood homes' window panes, and some silent shadow matter followed me around the halls of my house when I was 8. So I held on to the belief that there's something dark lurking around my family to this day. But I used up all 999 lives, so by the 10th time I die, I'm going to be right by your side. And we'll both agree that we tried to land on our feet.